Hey, Shalonda from Nightdale, originally from New Jersey. This is Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, originally from right here. But with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut your Michael Kors model number 8006, color 3009 in the 50i size. Take everything out of the original packaging. Of course, your Michael Kors case. Take that out. Your Michael Kors cleaning cloth that you will get along with one of mine. And of course the star of the show, the Michael Kors Madeline, whatever they may call this. And of course all the frames come with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping. And I'm going to put that on there when I deliver to you. But the color 3009 is the shiny black with the tortoise temple tips on both sides. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to take out your original demo lenses, one of which says Michael Kors. And I'm going to put this into the tracing element of my edger and hit trace. Come on, wake up, wake up. Now everyone wants to know, how does the computer know what shape lens to cut? This is why. A little stylus comes up, pops up and goes around and traces the shape of the right lens before moving over and doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Michael Kors frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. If you have vision insurance or flex dollars, my receipt has my federal ID tax number and you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether these are prescription or not. Shalonda, well, you know you need prescription lenses, so that's what I'm going to put in here. That is the shape of your lens, only magnified. I'm going to bring it down to the smaller size so you can see that green outline is the shape I'll be cutting. I'm going to magnify it while I'm working on it. I'm going to go ahead and enter your pupillary distance for your right eye, which is 31. The computer starts at 32.5, so I'm going to hit this little minus button. It's going to bring it down in half millimeter increments, half millimeter, until it's at 31. So let's come down here. Let's go ahead and get your lenses prepped. Your right lens reads plus 250 minus 150, plus 250 minus 150 at 001. I'm going to spin the axis wheel of my Marco 101 lensometer to 001. Put the power drum on plus 250. Actually, make sure everything's zeroed out perfectly. There we go. Now we're going to put it on plus 250. Take your lens out of the protective sleeve. Put it into the viewfinder. Rotate into the sphere power comes in clearly. Find the optical center of your lens. Check your astigmatism correction. That looks good. Now I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses, which are hard for you to see, so I'm going to darken them. 1, 2, and 3. And this is the right lens, so I'm going to put an R on there. Your left lens is plus 250 minus 175 at 180. Plus 250 minus 175 at 180. So take the lens out of this sleeve. Put the power drum on 250, put it in, rotate until the spherical power comes in clear. Find the optical center of your lens, check your astigmatism correction, of which I'll explain in a little bit, and then put the 3 dots on there. Uno, dos, ocho. I just didn't know there was going to be so much math involved. I'm going to put an L on here, which stands for not right, which is like me. I ain't right either. Is that right? Yeah. So if you missed any of this, let me recap. Oh, it's a bad joke that you'll be telling tomorrow. Trust me, I know you will. Take this all back down here. Take the right lens, put it on the platform. Now, this is a block. I like to call him Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I need a double-sided adhesive sticker, of which I keep these up here. I'm going to take 2 of these off. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick that onto the first block, put that on the platform, grab the second block, put that on there. Now on the back is a little silver button. It's going to do its job twice tonight. One of them is to hold it in place in the arm, but not yet. And then the other is going to be in the edger. So I'm going to pull the paper off to make the black side sticky. Let's go ahead and get that magnet in there. Now this blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. If you were to measure vertically and horizontally, you would come up exactly where dead center, the geometric center. Now your right eye is just inset from there. The reason why I put those 3 dots on there is it has to go in there just perfectly. If it were to get off kilter, you just would not see as well due to your astigmatism, of which I keep promising to explain later. So I'm going to put that is your optical center. I'm going to put that in the center, and then I'm going to get these other 3 dots lined up. It tells me that it's in there straight and not crooked. And I'm going to hit that button, and then the blocks can come down and be applied to your right lens. I'm going to do the same thing now for your left lens. Let's go ahead and take the paper off to make the black side sticky. Put that in there. Your pupillary distance for your left eye is 30. So I'm going to hit this minus button again. It mirrors your right eye, which was 31. So the left eye comes up as 31. Hit it twice until 30 comes up. Get everything lined up in there just perfectly. Put that in the optical center. Make sure those other 2 dots are lined up. Give me perfect meridian, and hit that button again. Now the arm's going to come down and place the block onto your left lens. Now this is the edger. This is what costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and buy one. Put it on your kitchen counter, and then you won't need me anymore. The actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away the lens material until it's the final size. This wheel in the center, that little channel, that bevel, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens, so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Now, the magnet is going to do its job a second time. It's going to hold it in place into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. I'm going to go ahead and wake up the computer here. The shape of your lens is now going to pop up on the screen. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic or high index, I would select that. They're not. I do not want to polish your lenses. I do not want to put a bevel on the front surface, the convex surface of the lens. I only want to put a bevel on the rear concave surface of the lens. And that concludes your vocabulary lesson of the day. So I'm going to hit the green arrow, which is start in every language. The door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to get moved up and be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the lens. And then the old carpenter saying, measure twice, cut once. It's going to measure the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the best cosmetic fit possible and the least amount of thickness showing. Now, if you see water flickering, or if you see light flickering in the background, that is water running. Water is only there to catch the optical sawdust as it cuts. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic and high-index plastic cut wet. In the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle, water will spray onto the lens only to wash away any sawdust. So your lens has touched down onto the cutting wheel. Now, as I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is virtually unbreakable. Your lenses are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every few hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun. This is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. Now, the other nice thing about your lenses is they are aspheric. Aspheric simply means not spherical. A spherical lens is completely round in every direction. So again, your lenses are thinner and lighter weight, but this front curvature is flatter. That's what the aspheric does. It's made to fit into today's flatter curvature frames. Now, the other nice thing you got is the anti-glare coating. You pay the extra $40 for that. Anti-glare eliminates glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain. But from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights. The other thing that it is, it's known as an anti-reflective coating. That's how I have it on here, is ARC. It eliminates reflection, so when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses. They see just your eyes. Plus, if you take a selfie or if someone else takes a picture with a flash, you won't see the flash lit up in the lens. So it makes for a much better cosmetic look. And the other thing, the practical side that I like, is the equipment that applies the anti-glare coating costs well over $1 million. It takes over 24 hours to vaporize 7 different coatings onto your lens. So because of the time and the expense it takes to apply the anti-glare coating, they put the hardest scratch coating on there to protect the time and investment. Now, I will open this door. I did that with my mind. I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I can. It just takes a couple hours, but I can do it. I just have to keep staring at it. Alright, so I just want to use my thumbnail and wipe away any optical debris that may be there. Optical sawdust, if you will. I'm going to take your lens, I'm going to tuck it in on the outside corner with my thumbs, push down at the nose, it snaps in perfectly. Let's do the same thing now for the unright lens. I'm going to flip this over to L, and then I'm going to put it in there into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby. And then I'm going to hit the green arrow again, which is start. The door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced by the 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the lens. And then again, the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once, and knows exactly where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, so you have no edge thickness whatsoever. So part of that is because it is the aspheric lenses. So again, when you buy glasses from someone online, you have to pay for your prescription lenses. That's no good. You don't get them for free. Then if you want the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable, bulletproof lenses, they charge you an upgrade fee for that. And then once you have the flatter curvature lenses for the best cosmetic look possible, they charge you a third fee for that. So this is someone else's top tier premium lens that you get for free simply by buying the frame from me. So let's come back down here. Let's go ahead and inspect the right lens. I'm going to turn the axis wheel back to 1. I'm going to put the lens in just above that red dot, which is your optical center. And I'm going to read the power off the lens. Woohoo! I'm knocking stuff around. And I'm getting 250, exactly halfway between 2 and 3. Now the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0. And goes up from there in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, and up to 250. So you need 10 steps of magnification for your farsightedness. You are farsighted. So the reason why there's a plus sign is that it magnifies it. When you look at something, everything is much too small. So your lenses will actually magnify 10 steps to get everything to the correct size. Now you need another 6 steps of astigmatism correction. Now there is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying someone has straight hair, someone else has curly hair. You don't freak out when you hear that. This first number makes everything the correct size. The second number takes away fuzzy edges. That's why 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. Think of it as the fine-tune knob, and we're going to turn that knob to 1. A straight line is 0 to 180. 0 at the red part of the pen, 90 in the middle, 180 over here. We're going to turn that knob to 1. We're just barely going to move it. So let's check your astigmatism correction of minus 150. We're going to check that, and we end up with plus 1. The way that works is that if you had $2.50 and you let someone borrow $1.50, you would end up with 1. You are 1 in the black. So that's how that works. Now, these first 2 numbers are real values to be concerned with. This last number can be anywhere, and yours in your case really is from 1 to 180. So this just tells me where to tune everything. So your left eye needs 1 additional step of astigmatism correction than your right eye does. So let's come back down here. This is done. I'm going to go ahead and take out your left lens. We'll make sure that it fits. Wipe everything off there. Oh, I love it when it comes off in one piece. Can you see that one long piece? That's like when you clean out the lint trap in the dryer and it comes out in one piece. Now once it's all cleaned off your lens, I just drop it onto the floor. Now remember kids, I went to school for years to learn how to make a mess like this. So kids, if you want to grow up and make a mess, you gotta stay in school. So let's take the left lens, we're going to tuck it in. See how it goes in? Whoop, hey, that went in, the block came off. And I'm going to put it in just above that red dot. I'm going to spin the axis wheel to 180, which is 0, the same as 180. Now, again, we're starting at plus 250. Let's check this out. We're getting plus 250, exactly halfway between 2 and 3. You have 7 steps of astigmatism correction to make everything nice and crisp, and we end up with plus 75. Remember, Shalonda, you remember high school algebra where you have to subtract unlike signs? So you start off with 250, you end up with minus 175. Yeah, don't worry, I've forgotten high school math too. But again, you had $2.50, you let someone borrow $1.75, you're ending up with 75 cents, 3 tick marks away from 0. Don't go broke, girl. And again, there's the 180. Now you would think that 1 and 180 are very far apart from each other. They're actually only 1 degree apart. A straight line is 0 to 180. You're at 1 here and 180 on the left. So your eyes are only 1 degree apart, even though that number 1 to 180 is very far apart on a numerical wheel. So that's actually rather unique. I'm only talking about that because that interests me and no one else. So, all right, so that's made correctly. Now your pupillary distance is a total of 61, 31 in your right eye, 30 in your left. I'm gonna hold the card up, place my PD stick against my thumb on your right lens, and when we look on the left lens, we're getting 61, so that is made correctly. Sorry, someone's texting me or emailing me about buying frames online. And speaking of buying frames, this frame sells, this Michael Kors 8006 sells for $165, and you get 1 free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses with that. You pay the extra $40 for the anti-glare, so your total amount is $205. Now this is the point in every video that as I clean your lenses, and I explain that when you get these in the mail, and of course free shipping anywhere in the US, but when you get these in the mail, there's a very small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. And when I say wobble, I take mine off. I'm part of that 80%. Mine wobble when they're on the counter, but they sit level on me. Put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. All right, I flip them over, press down. There is no wobble. I close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, and they're not askew or anything like that. Check the tension on each hinge. Now, one last thing, you're going to get a complimentary free prescriptionlenses.com cleaning cloth. I just want to make sure that it works. I don't want to send out any defective cleaning cloths. So, more optical humor. Sorry, when the clown gets to laugh at work, that's a good day. So that's it. So that's the cloth I'll be sending you. And if anyone has any questions, you can always email me through the website, message me, or through freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. Now, Shalonda and Nightdale, I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses for your Michael Kors 8006 Madeline. And everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.